Alright, so here we are again, back out to check our sets. Another day out here at the farmer's property. We've had a couple talks lately, so I just want to clarify something. We mentioned in our first video that the only legal way to trap in Colorado is with live cage, or live traps, cages, and box. But when you have special permits for lands by Colorado state statutes, you could get a 30-day permit for nuisance animals that are causing damage to farmers' lands. We went ahead and did that. We have signed permits and landowner and DPW permission. So please, unless you know the statutes, don't send us any nasty grants. With that being said, we got up in our pocket set again, the same trap. We got another front leg catch on another muskrat, and to our surprise, we caught this little guy that keeps eating some of the farmers' crops as well. So we're gonna go ahead and dispatch these guys. We're gonna reset this area, and then we're gonna go on to the next trap. So stay with us.
Day 4, string 2 out here on our ranch property that we've been trapping for 4 days now. We come up, 2 of our footholds were tripped over on a beaver slide. Come down a little bit farther and we had this little muskrat trap, good single leg hold. Hopefully he isn't what tripped our other 2 traps, and hopefully it was another beaver. We're gonna get some more traps set up, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have some more. Stay with us.
Alright, so we dispatched the critters that we found in this area. We're going to go ahead, we're going to set up a little set off this run that the beavers are using. So we're just going to show you a quick setup that we do. We buy 10-foot lengths of rebar and cut them into 5-foot lengths. This way we can have one for each set that we do. So we just shove this in as far as we can get it down without causing damage. And pretty much nothing's going to pull that out. It's bedded in there pretty good. What we have, we're using Duke number 4 footholds from F&T Fur Harvester in northern Michigan. So we'll get her set. Watch this be the one time I get my finger bit. Alright, so once you get her set, you want to go ahead and most of the traps we've been setting with a hair trigger. Got the pan right on the edge of the dog, and we've had a lot more traps tripped, so I'm gonna put just a little less tension on them, see if maybe we can get a better catch on one. We're actually gonna set this one out about 18 inches from the bank, see if this is a beaver tripping it in some way. If we put it out about 12 to 18 inches, hopefully we can get a rear foot catch of him coming out or a front leg catch of him going in. If we get a nice catch of him going in, like we did with the Conibear, he's going to end up drowning himself. So we'll get this one set. Just make a nice little bed. Then what happens when these guys come up, because they're so long, they get up to this bank, they'll hit their chest on it. When they go to put their feet down to climb out, they'll get their legs caught right in that trap. At least that's the theory. So we're going to run this. We're going to set a couple more for you.
Alright, so I'm just up the slide that Trevor just reset that number 4 foothold up on. Now we had another one set up about 2 feet behind it, and that was tripped also. What these beavers are doing, like Trevor said, is they're coming up these slides, and we got it sticked off so that they can't come across the dam, so it just kind of leads them in straight into our trap sets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this one. I already got a nice bed dug out for it, so it'll be nice and level to the ground, so they're not going to really see it too well. These beavers they use habit a lot. So once you start catching one in one area, you're going to catch more and more in that area over time. So we got this one set, like Trevor said, they've been set on a pretty hair trigger. So I'm going to just dumb it down a little bit more. And I like taking mine off the rebar that we have it set up on when I'm resetting these, so I have more playroom with them. I'm going to hang it back up on the rebar. You want to slide that chain down all the way in, all the way down into the ground. Take the trap, move some of these sticks out of the way. I'm going to set this trap right back into this bed. Make sure there's nothing big that's going to get caught in there when that beaver steps in there to cause a misfire or a premature fire, and then we ain't got them. Then all we're going to do is just look around, take some of this brush that's been around us, and just kind of dress it up a little bit. They're not going to be worried about that. When you camouflage in these traps, what I do out on the prairie is I just cover them back up with sand, but down here in the marshes, we got to use what's around us, the vegetation, to cover them up, because you can't use mud, because once you start putting mud in them, they're not going to trigger, or when you drop the mud in them, they're going to trigger instantly. Like I had set on another one, I dropped some of the algae off top of this marsh on it, and it just kept premature firing on me, so I just ended up putting it on the jaw, and hopefully it'll still catch something. Alright, there we have this one reset. Hopefully tomorrow when we come back we'll get some more beavers. We'll push this stake down a little bit more. Get this chain tucked away some so it doesn't look too unnatural. Maybe take some of the other mud, just kind of pack it down. Be cognizant of where your trap is so you don't trigger it yourself and get your hand caught in there. Stay with us. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have some more beavers. Alright, so we're over here at one of the spots that these beavers keep damming up. We set a Conibear 220 up over here about a week ago. Now we've kept wondering why we weren't catching anything in it. We've been trapping this spot for 4 days. We've had it set up for 4 days. Well, just walking back from our dam sets, it's an amateur recall. When you set these up, you need to remember to take off your safeties off of them. As you can see right here, we have our safety set. And then I imagine on the other side it's still set as well, which yeah, I just felt it down there and it's still set. When you have these safeties set, you can have a muskrat, a beaver, swim right through it and it'll never go off. So next time you're out on the trap line, be sure to take off your safeties off your Conibears. Alright, so we're on the other side of this dam that we've been trapping. We got a bunch of traps back over here. Along the south part of this dam, these beavers are coming from the north. We pulled some of our Conibears up, let them try to build that dam back up, see if they can get back used to their normal pattern. Now what these beavers are doing is they're coming out of this channel over here and swimming right back down here. Well, on our way over here to set some more traps up, we found another slide. It's not a very big slide, so it's probably some more immature beavers, but a beaver is a beaver, and that's what we're out here after. So what I'm going to do is dig this spot out right on top of this slide. Make a nice little pit. Take out some of the big stuff that'll get caught up in my trap. Make a nice layer underneath. Kind of wipe my hands off as much as I can. I got my rebar already set up right here. We got a number 4 Duke. A lot of people probably knock us using wire on our traps. Well, we use wire because it's cheaper than chain, and it works just as well, and we can change the length of it on the go. This one's set up a little long. We prefer to drown them. There's less holes that way. So we'll get this trap set up here. So just like before, what we were saying with making our pans a nice hair trigger. You always want your pan as level as you can get it, but we're going a little bit past that, so it's more touchy. So when these beavers step on it, it doesn't take their whole body weight to catch that foot. It's just going to take a little bit of it. So I'll take this trap, set it right up into this pit, get it nice and bedded in there. I'm going to take some of this mud. I'm not going to put it on my trap, but what I'm going to do is put it on the back side of my jaws, because when I pulled out the bedding, I lost some of that mud. And I don't want this trap to sink. And when it sinks, these beavers will notice it, and then they're going to boot, scoot, and boogie. We got that set up. This is the algae that I was talking about using. It's all over the place out here. It's on a lot of these slides, so it's the best camouflage that we can use. It's something that's in their natural habitat. We don't have to bring in peat moss or anything, and we don't really like using the reeds because they get kind of caught up in your traps and you get a lot of misfires, or when the beaver or muskrat steps in it, it's not going to slam all the way and they can get right back out of it. But I got that trap set pretty good. And then break out some of these reeds, take this chain, just kind of smash it down into the mud so that they don't really see it. until it's too late. Then they realize their mistake. Take a little bit of mud, smash it over top of it, push this wire back. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna double set off this spot. I got another trap around here. So we're gonna get this one set up, and we're gonna move to the backside and set some more. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have some beavers in these traps. You're editing that out. Alright, so like I said previously, I was gonna do a bed set on the water line here off their slide. So what I did already is I got it dug out, got a nice bed formed up in here. Some of you probably gonna knock it because of how it looks. The beavers are still gonna come up in here and use it. We just knocked some of this mud out because my chains weren't long enough, and we didn't really want to put too much wire on this this trap already. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get this trap set. Just like before, nice hairpin off that dog. Take my chain, put it on my rebar. Some of you guys wonder why my chain is so long. This is one of the dukes I use out on the prairie for some coyotes. I'll set up on water tanks, and it works great for beavers. So what we'll do, we'll take this trap. We got a nice little bed in here already. Take that trap, set it right in there. The water line comes up and it covers most of the trap, as you can see. So once again, what I'm going to use is some more of this wonderful algae and moss that's growing on the water out here. And just kind of cover up my jaw set a little bit. Throw some more up on the bank. You know, make it look like big old fat mama beaver came through here. Come over here, knock down some more of this mud. Try not to get wet. Right there, we got it. During the evening, this moss will come up on the shorelines and cover it up a little bit better. The beaver's going to come in, go to plant its feet, catch his feet right in the trap as he's coming up the bank, and it's going to just drown.